guys. Oh hey, it's your girl Shifi Ali. If this is your first time on our channel, All Day with the Alis, my name is Felicia C. Ali, and I want to talk to you guys today about low milk supply, myths, and maybes on ways to get that milk back up. Keep listening. Okay, so my name is Felicia, and I have 3 children, a 5-year-old boy, a 2-year-old girl, and a 3-month-old infant boy. And I successfully nursed my first 2 children up until around 18 months each. But I'm having a little bit of trouble with my 3rd child. Now, with my first son, I stopped nursing him abruptly because we got pregnant, and unfortunately, it ended in a miscarriage. And when we were trying to conceive again, we were told that we needed to stop, nursing our child. With our second, I noticed a bit of a drop when my menstruation returned. So I was kind of prepared for how to get my supply up. But my daughter at the time, she might have been like 10 months. So even if my milk had not come back in, I wasn't worried too much about it because she was such a big girl. But now I'm experiencing it, and my child is only 3 months old, and he has a long way to go until he's able to have solids as well as any other form of milk. I'm not open to formula. If I have to be, I will. But obviously, I would like to give my son, the best milk, which is my milk, the breast milk. Anyway, so the first myth I want to talk about is often you're told when your supply drops, nurse frequently. This will help your breast milk go up. Well, how can you make an infant or a child nurse frequently? You can't. Whenever my son is done, he pulls away, and if I continue to try to force it, he'll sometimes allow it in his mouth, but then he just bites on me until he gets it off. Like, he's not into it. You can't make your child nurse. But maybe what you can do is pump frequently. The more you pump, the more milk is expressed from your breast, the more milk the frequency changes. So what that means is if you pump more often, let's say after your child eats, you pump, and then more milk is removed, more milk is removed, more milk is replenished. Myth 2, remove milk via pump? Maybe remove milk with pump. The differences in the word via and with is simply this. When you're trying to get your body accustomed to having more milk production, if you strictly pump, unfortunately, a pump is not as good at extracting milk as your baby is. So if you do still have a baby that's willing to latch and nurse, if you will let your baby suck from you and then afterwards pump, your milk supply will increase. By doing this about 5 minutes later after your pumping session has ended, the chances of you increasing your milk supply double. What that means is what you'll experience is dry pumping. So let's say, for instance, you nurse your baby and then you go to pump and there's nothing there, but it's just, you just hear the sound of the machine going and no milk is coming out, but the valves are moving. That's what you need. That sucking sensation is what is telling your brain to make more milk for your baby. This works. Sounds ridiculous, but if you can squeeze in a dry pumping session, do that. The third myth, giving your baby pacifiers and bottles. Maybe if you give your baby your breast more, even if you're a working mom, I get it. I was a working mom with my first baby, and that's a whole nother video with how his breastfeeding situation went. But give your baby your breast as much as possible. All their sucking needs, especially and exclusively to this video, I'm talking exclusively to if you have experienced a drop or a decrease in your milk. What you want to do is snatch that pacifier away from that baby for 2 to 3 days. Let them nurse, suck, snack at your breast as much as possible. Again, this is tricking your body and your brain into thinking, okay, we need to make more milk. The goal here is to make more milk. So maybe, just maybe, if you let that baby sit there and play around, then your body will connect that we need to produce more. The baby wants more. Myth 4, keep the same pump schedule as feeding schedule. Again, this speaks to when your supply drops. I was a working mama, right? And so when I felt that sensation, the letdown, the tingling in your breast at work, I knew that it was time for my baby at home to eat. Now, typically what I would do is I would then pump at the same time that I thought my child was nursing. This isn't the best idea when your supply is low. What you should do is when your baby is nursing at home, if you're away from your child, if your baby is nursing, you go ahead and pump. Then 15 to 30 minutes, you pump again. As much as you can pump in a work day, pump. If you're at home with a child, let your baby hang around on your nipple a little more or pump a little more. If your child takes a 4-hour nap, boom, there's your window. You can get like 3 or 4 sessions in that 4 hours. The goal is always, remember this, the more that milk is removed, the more quickly milk is produced. And finally, the final myth here today is oatmeal. Oatmeal stimulates milk production. Eat lactation cookies. Eat oatmeal all day. Oats and everything. Oats, oats, oats. Maybe oats are full of vitamins and minerals. They have iron, calcium, magnesium. They have so much that we actually need for our bodies. But one bag of lactation cookies ain't gonna do it, guys. It's just not gonna do it. You can eat oatmeal every day for a week. It's just not going to do it. There are plenty of health benefits there. But the point in oatmeal is, or oats are a plant estrogen food. Plant estrogen foods stimulate milk. The goal here is really not to focus on how you can get your milk production up, but how does prolactin aid in my milk production or decrease? Prolactin is what produces breast milk. So the real question here is, what can I do to get my prolactin up? You see, prolactin is what happens when you give birth to your child and boom, you're engorged. Oxytocin and prolactin together, they make the stimulation of milk. So you have to have healthy prolactin. Your body has to be responding well. That part needs to be fed. Guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Felicia C. Ali. And remember, when something seems bad, turn it around and make something good. Blessings.